Oh my God. Hi, BB. Sorry. We are happy to be
Hey.
here. Motherfuck.
Hey, hi, hello. How is everyone
Do you want to tell
doing?
me? So you finally changed your letterboard from Christmas. It said Prosec ho ho ho, which I
It
love.
did.
I was actually looking at that the other day.
I I do really love it. But it's
And what did you
oh,
change it
it's
to?
February. It says what, and I cannot stress this enough. The fuck.
I think it's beautiful. I could not pick a better thing to say
Yeah.
during these trying times.
Hannah helped me with that one.
Did really?
Yeah.
But of course she did. And thank you so much for my shirt.
It's so cute. I love it.
For those of you who can't see, it says my anxiety is chronic, but this ass is iconic.
Yeah.
And that's just beautiful.
Yeah. I saw it and I was like, wow, that's Caitlin on a t-shirt if I've ever seen one. So I love it. It's perfect.
There's just something in the air today of just.
You know what the vibe like outside is kind of giving? It's giving like crispy fall morning.
See, I think probably today, because you were like, actually, I have a normal schedule and like woke up during the day. When
True.
I woke up, it literally felt like 50 degrees. The sun was shining.
Oh, well, it's like afternoon.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was my morning.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And my inner hoe was literally like, let go, let God. I'm like, I can't wait to go back to the Build Bad Bitch workshop and get back out in these streets. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You said that voice note and Charles was like, what does she mean? And I was like, she needs extensions.
Yeah. I'm getting my BBs, I made the decision. It's been weighing heavy on my heart. I think I am going to get my weave installed back. I think it's time. There's something in the air. There's a shift.
Yeah.
There's a shift. And
it needs to
happen. Need a change.
Yeah.
A better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a week. If you know, you know. If you don't know,
DM us.
DM us. I'll tell you what's going on. I'm doing better today.
Yeah. I think it was like everything was happening at once because I was like donating and I started like by the time we did that vlog. Also, the guy who initially talked to me made it sound so much more intense than it was.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pee at all.
No. I was like, where's the bedpan?
The IVs. Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed.
The nurse I had like rolled her eyes when I told her who said that. She was like, big bald guy. I was like, yeah. She was like,
okay.
Oh.
Him.
Yeah. Oh, no. Literally, we're just going to give you 2 IVs. It will take 4 hours. Usually women can hold their pee. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Not me. I don't think I could do it. Do you have to drink a lot of water before, too? Or like, oh, yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
I think I'm just used to holding my bladder for like a long time.
But I'm like Laura. I have to pee like every 20 minutes.
I'm like so upset that we have to talk about this season.
I know. Yeah, okay, so we are currently watching this season of Love is Blind. I have had a few people ask me, they're like, oh my God, like, are you watching? Like, what do you think? And I was like, I will give you bits and pieces because there's a lot and I need to save it for the pod.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, I'm kind of bored by this season. I kind of caught myself like really struggling to pay attention.
Yeah, well, we spent 6 episodes in the freaking pods.
That to me is the worst part of that show.
Why are we in the pods for 6? Okay, we were in the pods for 6 episodes. We were in Honduras for 1 episode.
One. Yeah. I'm like, that's the good stuff.
No, maybe it's because, so Charles pointed this out too, like maybe it's because there just wasn't really a lot of like drama or animosity between the group because no one in the groups dated each other, really.
Yeah, that's...
So like, what are they going to fight about?
Yeah, and I guess there was like more drama in the pods, like the whole love triangle with like Meg and Molly. Was it Meg and No. It was Meg, Madison, and Mason.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
So
of
I know. Okay, so I think we should chat through. I unfortunately don't want to talk about pod talk, but I think we should talk about the pod.
I will. Yes. I think. Well, that's where we start
being. So I think I'm just going to talk about like. We'll talk about like each group
instead of like
bouncing back and forth. So first couple that comes out of the pods, they connect super strong. It's Monica and Joey.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
They're
like right from the
giving
jump. They're boring me. They're right
they're
from the
giving
jump. They're
golden
great. All right.
retriever. They
Yeah.
were like I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, I was like, am I watching like two dogs meet up for the first time? Like, what's happening?
At the pods? No, at the park, at the dog park.
Yeah, they're at the dog
park.
No, but I was like, oh my God. And he seems so sweet, but I cannot listen to him talk.
When you said it, I was like, there it is. You're just like, no, he's just very Midwestern. I was like, okay.
He's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know what you know. Joey, what are you saying? What's going on? So they meet, they like each other instantly, whatever. Fast forward, you've watched them outside the pods too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it feels like there's some like weird energy going on between them now.
Yeah.
After they've met the parents and stuff. I think that he thinks that she's a little weird.
Monica?
I think Joey thinks Monica's a little weird.
I think he's second guessing. He just seems very structured, and he did open up about like his OCD. I don't want to make fun of him too much. He seems like a very nice gentleman.
Oh yeah,
just very Midwest, just not my type.
I think he's great.
Yeah, I think he's very nice. He has a great job. He did.
Look, I just
he's
would like
vulnerable.
to note that we're being nice to a man right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna take a moment of silence because this is one for the fucking books. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's over. Okay. That took a lot out of me. I think I think he's like, he's just not my type. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But I think he's kind of getting like a little bit, maybe like annoyed with her just because of her like style of living. Like there's a lot, and he's just very structured. Yeah. I think it's something they can overcome, but I think a big thing is Monica's sister.
Yes.
Monica's sister is so just jealous of Monica, and he even said, has he approved and has she approved anybody you've been with? And she was like, no. And he was like, okay, let's
okay.
I did not mean to do that on purpose. Okay, so we need to figure that out. But he did. He was like, you need to like figure that out.
Like, and he was like,
that's a big deal to me because if my sister said the same, that would be a no-go.
Yes. And she's like, oh, I really think that you should talk to my sister. And he said,
no.
Well, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll talk to her, but like, you need to talk to her.
Yeah, because like the call is coming with inside the home. Yes. Like you need to take care of that. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but I am going to give a prediction right now. I do not think they're going to get married.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I kind of sense that.
They're a no for me.
Yeah, I think. I do think that I think they will date outside of the show. Maybe.
I think they might. But yeah, I
There's
don't.
something about it's just not sitting right with me. Like it's just not.
Something's off, and maybe it's really just like maybe they could be just really great friends, and that's kind of the bottom line for them.
Yeah,
and it's not working because she has issues with her sister, and he might not be able to get past like some of her tendencies or whatever.
And honestly, on his part, I think that's kind of smart because getting into that dynamic of like what is this like obsession and jealousy with your sister and just being in the middle of that, I wouldn't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, it would be uncomfortable.
I think it's smart to consider. So we'll see. And then who is next?
Okay, so next I want to pivot to, I'm kind of keeping it a little clean first until we get to like the people that are just a little chaotic. So I'm gonna let's do Devin and Virginia. So Devin and Virginia clicked right away. Devin was also seeing Brittany.
Yes.
Not Brittany.
Brittany.
I liked her. She was cool.
She was cool.
I think they had a good connection.
With her.
Yeah. I think they had a good connection. I think that I think they were flowing really well until she said that she has dated girls in the past. And I think he said,
yeah.
And he kind of shut down on that. I could be wrong on that, but that was just like kind of the vibe that I was getting. And I think that Virginia is very sweet and maybe is more his speed. I think she's so into him.
Yeah.
And I think that he's about 90% sure about her. So I think they're going to get married.
They just, okay, so he kind of annoys me because like.
He needs to get his hair cut.
Let's start there.
I'm so sorry. He seems like he He's nice. He seems fine. He really needs to go to a barber. I'm just saying.
I think it's also, I don't know. You know what? Everyone has their own views. My view is like you're kind of holding it against her over an experience she had in college.
Yeah.
I'm just like, she opened up to you to be vulnerable and you're kind of like shitting on her, is how
Yeah.
I felt. Like
Yeah.
a little bit. Everyone has their own opinion and views. That's just mine.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing it out there. And just, okay. I was rolling my eyes because I was like semi dating that hinge, not even date, no, not even date. I'm not even going that far. Like because he kept asking me out on dates and canceling, and then one time he FaceTimed me out of the blue. I was like a little drunk and I was bored, so I picked up. We like talked and just like the constant like negging about her age when they first got on their honeymoon. And like a couple jokes here and there. It's funny.
Mhm.
Like I can take a joke. I think it's funny. Yeah, I think I should be using a walker and a life alert at this point in my
Yeah.
life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it just like kept going and going and going. I'm like, oh my god. I just like rolled my
Yeah.
eyes because it just reminded me of that stupid ass FaceTime dates. Like we talked about 5 minutes. He was just like joking, like quote unquote joking about my age. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta
I think it was uncomfortable for me when Georgia and Devin were meeting with Devin's parents. And I think his sister is the one that asked this question. She said, "Oh, so you're 33. So you're, a bit older. How do you think that's going to affect like you guys having kids? Like, are you still going to want to do that? Or like, when is that going to
why
happen?"
does everyone think like a woman over 25 is like on her deathbed? Like she's on hospice care. That's how they're looking at her.
Like, we've actually already prepared your funeral. So
yeah, they were like, I don't like, we need a prenup because we're not going to be responsible for your funeral expenses. Like that's
that was weird too. I think that he got a little weird about the prenup thing, which I think is odd. That he
got weird
upset about it. I mean, he wasn't,
because he's younger and probably doesn't have as much money as her, and she just with age, you just grow more wisdom. I agree with her 100%. I think it's weird that he got weird about
and
it,
especially because I barely know you and I'm trusting you in this relationship, but I also need to protect myself just in case something happens. And like that is worst case scenario, right? That's
babe. We just started opening our own bank accounts as women in the 80s. Like I think we have a right to protect our assets.
It's okay.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So, and if he were to say the same thing, I think that would be totally fair as well.
Absolutely. So I don't know.
Like, yeah.
But I do, at the end of the day, I do think that they will get married. That is my thought.
I think they will too. Yeah. And then, but there was a clip. It would only be a spoiler if you haven't gotten to this point. But there was a clip where he meets up with what was her other name? Not Virginia.
Brittany.
Brittany. He meets up with Brittany again. And it just might be one of those when they're out of the pods and like everyone gets together. I don't think it was like a one-on-one. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing that I saw I was like, ooh.
Yeah, like, oh, what's happening here? I don't think. Yeah, I think they'll get married. I think they like each other enough.
I think they're pretty solid.
Yeah, I think he just needs to like grow up a little bit. Honestly,
yeah. And I think he'll get there.
He'll get. But yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy.
No,
I think his opinions are a little whack. But again, they're his opinions. Yeah. So
that's my
See how nice we're being? We're being so nice.
I'm going to keep the nice train going because I have another nice couple to talk about.
Oh my god. We're being so nice, guys. Are you bored yet?
Okay. Danielle and Taylor.
Oh, okay. I really... when
Daniel... Okay. Hold on. When Daniel started... And he was like, it's short kink season. I was like,
oh, gross. I hated him. I was like, oh, okay.
And now I'm like, oh my God, he's the sweetest.
He is actually so sweet and so kind and so patient. He worried me when he said short kink season. I was like, and that's another thing. At least, you know what? I think he's attractive. And honestly, he's really not that short. I dated a guy who's my same height. I really didn't care.
I think he's like 5'8". And I think that she
wears
like
heels
5'7".
like half the time. Like she was wearing heels when they met, or they could have edited it out and she took them off. I don't know, but like
she was wearing heels when they met, and I think that she was like right at his height.
Yeah.
So she was like, if I don't need to wear heels, like whatever, like that's fine.
I don't think. There's something about, and especially with how sweet he is, I don't think it really matters, honestly.
So so they met. I think that they clicked.
Don't get crazy, okay?
Yeah.
I need everyone to hear me out. Don't get crazy. If I date another. Okay, the last short king I dated with a lethal face card fucking destroyed me. I'm not doing it again.
Well, that's not a short king. That's a short devil. Couldn't think of anything else quick enough. And I
Evil.
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 That's a monster.
Evil leprechaun ass. Yeah, that's a scary. That's
oh my
that's
god,
a plot for a scary movie.
Wait, there is a scary movie. It's called like The Leprechaun. Oh my god, is that your ex?
Oh my god, call him right now. I'm calling him right now.
Wait, he's a movie
Can
star.
you get on the pod?
A special guest. We have a celebrity. Oh god. Okay, yes, but Daniel and Taylor, I think they hit it off really well. Really liked them. They vibed. They met, and then there was a little bit of drama because she thought that he followed her. That was so weird to me, but I get it.
I think, to be fair, they all look the same. That's why, like, the online rhetoric is love is bland, because they literally all look the same. I'm sure she did think that.
Yeah, he looks like every other guy.
Yeah.
So, probably every other guy in Minnesota. She was like, oh, wow, I've seen that face before. Yeah.
That's, like, literally, I'm jumping ahead. When Dave and Laura met up, he's like, do I like, look like anyone to you? Like, any, like, celebrity?
You look like the whole state.
Any other white guy I've ever met, yes, you look exactly like that.
Absolutely do.
I'm like, what kind of fucking question is that? And then he ended up saying, oh yeah, you look like a teacher anyway. Just taking digs at her. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain just like malfunctioned for a second. So they meet out of the pods. The next day, Taylor is like, I think I've seen him before. I think he used to follow me. And she was getting super paranoid because, first of all, I'm just going to be a hater on her for 1 second.
Yeah.
She was like, to him, she was like, I think that you followed me and then unfollowed me at some point. She said, and all of my information is on my Instagram.
Oh my God.
That I'm a registered nurse.
Basic
that I love Taco Bell. That I am all about my faith and family. And I have a highlight for Christmas. I went onto his Instagram too. He has Christmas cards from like forever.
It literally says Christmas card connoisseur. She literally just listed the most basic information anyone has in their Instagram
and she
bio.
was like, you knew all that about me. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he like just waited and he was like, I understand.
And he was like, whatever you need to do.
Even though that was fucking stupid.
I know. But at least she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm crazy.
I'm crazy. Yeah.
And he was like, it's okay. Like,
and she still feels bad at the honeymoon.
And he was like, I still love you.
I was like, he was like, it's all right. It's really okay.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. So they got through that, which is great. They're out. They have a good time in Honduras. Nothing of note. I think that they have like great banter. Their jokes are like super similar. It was so cute that their families met together.
Oh,
I was crying.
That was really sweet.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the sweetest like Love is Blind moments. And they're all getting like emotional and shit. I'm like, this is so cute.
Yeah.
That's what gets you famous. Take fucking notes.
Yes.
Take notes. Okay.
So yeah. So I 100%.
That's adorable.
100% they're getting married.
I'd be really shocked if
I
they
would
didn't get
be
married.
shocked if they. I mean, he would have to kill someone. I think.
Yeah, you would have to commit a felony,
right? Like something so horrendous would need to happen for him to be like, or for her to be like, no, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're good. I think they're.
I think they're solid. Who is next?
Okay,
are we talking about Ben now?
I think we can talk about Ben and Laura and Ben and Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other ones have like a little triangle, so we'll save them for later.
Okay.
Okay. So next couple, Ben and Sarah, in the pods.
Okay. So I want to backtrack really quick. So if you haven't listened to not our last episode, not episode 6, but episode 5, if you want to go and listen to that really quick, because there was all that lore, all that drama surrounding Ben, and it's all broken down in that episode.
Yeah.
So knowing that information, come back here and yap with us. Okay, so what were you going to say?
Okay, so we meet Ben and Sarah.
Why am I staring at the fucking computer?
I don't know. So we meet Ben and Sarah in the pod.
I'm staring at the computer.
So we meet Ben and Sarah in the pods. And Sarah, I love her. I think she's so cool. I think she's so chill. We meet Ben. I'm like, unfortunately, I like him. And I'm like, I wish that he wasn't, I wish I didn't know the things that I knew, because I was like, you actually seem really cool. I'm like, you're probably like in the pod wise, I was like, you're the most attractive.
Yeah.
You have a great personality.
Yeah.
And you seem like pretty genuine.
and like pretty fun, and
Yeah,
but doesn't that make it like 10 times scarier?
absolutely.
Because that's works of a sociopath.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to just take everything. I'm like, okay, let me just like continue forward. So I think that in the pod, I was like, oh, they're so great. They meet up, they meet in person. I'm like, oh my God, they
And
just
they
click
look
so
good.
well.
They look
they
good
look good together.
together.
It seems like their meetup, like it felt like he was being super respectful of her. Like
Yeah.
she like was like, I need a few, like whatever. And he was like
Yeah.
not like overly like touching her or not like pushing her. And he was like, it felt so good. And I was like,
I know. It's really jarring, like knowing what we knew going into it.
I know.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So they have a grand old time in Honduras. They're doing, their meetups, and she meets his friends. They seem to get along really well. It seems great. And then the episode ends on like the cliffhanger of she's finding out about
yeah,
all the TikTok stuff.
I'm really curious as to what. I mean, he already said he like saw it and started
her.
like denying everything.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious as to what's gonna happen after
that.
Yeah,
I am curious to see like what they're gonna show, what they're gonna edit, what we're gonna see, like
because they were filming and he was doing all that fuckery, going to the bars, and that's wild.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see any clips of that or like
yeah, and
I'm
also
curious.
like were his friends hired actors?
Because they're speaking so highly of him. They're like, oh, Ben is such a great guy.
I know.
TikTok. What TikTok?
Also, and then how that they don't even know what TikTok was. They were like, well, TikTok was banned, so we don't have it. Like
we don't have it.
They didn't say that.
No.
But and also, okay, so the way he was described in those TikToks by Andra is that he was like a typical like finance white guy bro, right? So you would suspect that his friend group would be only like white males, but it was very diverse. That caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
One of his friends is gay, even though he's Catholic, and just like
it was the other one. What did she say she was? Because she's not religious.
Agnostic.
Yeah,
she's you know what I mean? Just like a mix of people, and I'm like, are these hired actors? It was just not what I expected. And
no, probably because I don't know if any of those people live in Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start there. Yeah. They just looked progressive. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I just wouldn't. Maybe Minnesota's like has a secret sauce that we know nothing about, and it's a really cool city. I don't know.
I don't know. It is funny. I was looking at the list of cities that Love is Blind has been in, and they've been to Atlanta, Chicago, Seattle, Charlotte, Dallas, obviously like DC, and then Minneapolis. And I was like, how did Minneapolis get on here? I'm just confused by it.
They have to be just throwing darts.
I would like to see Boston.
Ooh, I would like that.
Love is Blind production. Could you go to Boston?
Boston?
Thank you.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get an apartment up there.
Yeah.
I think I should go. I think I should go on the show.
Well, you missed your chance, but maybe they'll come back.
They're not coming back.
You could have been with Leo. Wait.
Oh my God, Kaylee, don't even, because I know what you're gonna say. I don't think you have a right to bring it up because that is my husband and you don't even fucking like him. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh, it's actually not even about that.
Okay.
One of our friends sent me a screenshot. She's on Hinge. Guess who's on Hinge? Guess.
Is it? Oh, no, it's not. I thought you were gonna say Leo.
Nope.
No, it's Tyler.
Yeah,
I knew that. He says it's a catfish account. Okay.
It said like in his. I don't know if Hinge has like bios. I don't know what it is, but it was like.
Do you see my face? I'm so uninterested.
It was.
I can't believe we're talking about this man again. I really thought Leo had a Hinge. That's so fucking ridiculous.
No, Leo probably has a Raya. I bet Tyler.
Yeah, he does.
I bet Tyler couldn't get on Raya. But he was like, I guess on Hinge, it like super people go, like they're advertised or something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how Hinge works.
I love how you can use Hinge as a social media.
I don't know, but
they're verified on Hinge.
So
this famous guy's looking to fuck.
But it said that he was like trying to figure out what he wants in a relationship or something. And my friend was like, that's bold. And you have a photo from your wedding. It was like your
You have a
profile
photo from your
picture.
wedding. It says one of the prompts is like, what is the wildest thing you have done?
Oh,
and it
jumped
said,
out of a plane.
yeah. And that's like, no, we all watched that episode
Yeah.
of Love is Blind. Don't worry.
It's not wild. The wildest thing that you did was not tell your fiance that you had children.
The wildest thing that you've done was abandon your kids. Did you want to add that? I can't believe we're here again.
Anyway, okay, sorry. We're moving on.
I think it was important to mention. I'm just being a bitch.
That's fine. We were nice to men for a little bit. It's going down.
It's going down.
That's all I've really got. I'm wrapping up on Ben and Sarah. I don't have anything else.
Ben's scary.
Yeah. So we're going to see how that progresses. We're moving on. We're going to talk about Dave and Lauren and his other girl that he was dating in the pod, Molly. Okay. So first of all, Dave, to every girl in the pod, to his first date with every girl, he's like, how old are you? And they say how old they are. I specifically, this is a conversation from him and Lauren. He was like, oh, it's like, how old are you? And she said 30. And he said, oh, so you're no longer attractive. Are you joking?
I really wish that she would have walked out at that point. I think Lauren wants to find love so bad that she's just like,
girl.
Because then he's like, oh, okay, I'll be more nice to you now.
Oh, no, because he had another joke to say. So she's like, oh, you might be the first date that I walk out on. And I was like, Lauren, please go walk out. But she didn't. And then he said, oh, yeah, so I have an OnlyFans. And she said,
just kind of was just like,
she was like,
what do you say to that?
Yeah, she's like, oh, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, okay. And he was like, no, I'm joking. Okay, I'll be nice to you. Wow, good one.
That's a knee slapper. Wow.
Two jokes Dave. Landed great.
Whoa. Have you thought about being a comedian?
Anyway, so
I am so mad at him.
I said really loath, and I didn't know his name at first. I said his name is Dave. I said bad jokes. He is a plastic surgeon or works around plastic surgery.
So the funny thing is that he like the way he's describing his job. He's just like I just hang out with like. It's so exhausting just hanging out with like tens all day with like BBLs and
fake around, like all
boobs. Like I just want to like I want to come here to challenge myself to settle down with someone who looks like a teacher, like Lauren. Like that's just like the precedent like set, and it's like I guess you're surrounded by people with that, but you're just making it sound like you're this like LA socialite that just hangs out with models all day.
Yeah.
And it's just I just really want to prove to myself that I'm not a total piece of shit and so shallow. Like
and
what?
I couldn't imagine speaking to him for more than 2 minutes. I mean, he is not good at conversations.
Yeah.
He's annoying. He clearly, in my opinion, has like no respect for women. I don't like him at all. He said he gets how women are, and he gets it because he like puts the toilet seat down in the bathroom, and like his sister like really like helped show him what it's like to be a man.
Well, according to him, he doesn't get anything because apparently he can read, but he just can't comprehend anything. Those are literally his words. So it sounds like he doesn't understand literally anything.
No, and also I feel like he like kept bringing up his sister a lot, and I was like, bro, can you stop?
You can't date your sister. Get over it.
You can't date your sister.
That's illegal.
And I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Minnesota. I mean, I'm not 100% confident, but I'm 99% sure.
It's like he's like using it as leverage of like, yeah, I lived with a woman. I know what women want. I put this toilet seat down. Do you want a fucking golden star? Golden star, Dave. Good job.
God. So he is dating Lauren, and then he's also dating Molly. Molly, I think, has been single for like 10 years or something.
Yeah, she said she like didn't even have like a boyfriend. It sounded like she would just like hook up with people. And I was like, and that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, Molly, what are you doing? But then I realized she just like, I think she just knows what she wants.
Yeah, and it's like none of those people are it.
Yeah, and then she got on the show because she was ready. Yeah. Like she wants a relationship, but like if she's not it for somebody, she wants nothing to do with it. And she stood on business with that.
Absolutely.
That's oh my God. We talk about the text I sent you? Because it was late and I was watching Love is Blind. Okay.
Yeah, I was so confused.
So I sent because I was like kind of like, I don't know about Molly. I feel like her intentions
Oh,
are kind of weird. Like, why is she on the show? She hasn't even been in a relationship. And then I came to this realization that I just went over with Kaylee just now, right?
yeah.
So I was like, wow, Molly's like it. Like, Molly's like the it girl. Like,
You
she
didn't
is
say
like,
the it girl
no,
though.
I did. Okay, I
I'm
said
gonna.
all
Can I
I
look?
said. All I said. I said, wow, Molly's like it. But that's what I meant. And Kaylee replies with, oh my God, not Pennywise. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh my God, no, not from the Stephen King novel. I mean, she's like that girl. Like, she's a baddie.
She goes, out of nowhere, she goes, Molly is like it. It, in quotations.
In quotes.
On LIB. And I said, oh my God, Pennywise. And you said, oh my God, no. She's like a girl's girl. She's an it girl. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, she's not really giving Pennywise.
You're like, I guess so the mean. Red hair. I'm like, bro, that would have been fucking mean.
I know.
I was like, mean.
I know. I was like, she does have red hair. I was like, she's got a big smile. Like, I don't know. Yeah,
diabolical.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh my God, not Pennywise.
Not Pennywise on Love Is Blind season 8. Yeah, but she's not.
No.
She's actually very pretty. I think she's very pretty.
Really.
So, okay. So yeah, he's dating Molly also. Molly is very nice and she knows what she wants. She's like not really putting up with it. And she's very understanding when he's like, you know, I think I'm gonna pick, or he doesn't even say it, I think I'm gonna pick Lauren.
Yeah.
He's saying that he's decisive and he knows what he wants, but he pretty much gave off the vibe that he did not want to break up with Molly. Like, he wanted her to break up with him.
Yeah.
And she was
Which
like,
is such a cop out.
Right. And she was like, tell me like what you want. And he was like, oh, well, I thought I did. And she was like, okay, if you think that you did, then that's fine.
All right. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah. Molly. She's like, okay, great. I love that.
Yeah. So, okay. So they leave, they get out of the pods, they meet. It's fine. I don't know their interaction out when they first met. Whatever, don't care.
I do get the vibe like when they first, and honestly, like I said, like I think Lauren wants love.
Oh yeah, I think she's kind of just tolerating or not tolerating, but she's like turning a blind eye to some of the red flags.
I think it's a blind eye, but like emotionally, like you can't ignore those things. So she just kind of like, I really do think like Dave says these things because he's insecure at like digging at Lauren, hoping to like kind of chisel her down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think Lauren emotionally, I think she is turning a blind eye because she does want to be with someone. She does want to get married. And she's just like hearing these things, but emotionally you just kind of like, I think she just is not into him. Yeah. Like she, like that's how it feels, right? Because he's like touching her leg, like looking at her, and she just feels, I don't know, she just feels very awkward.
They wake up and he's like, you peed a lot last night.
Yeah, that's saying that shit is weird.
You peed a lot. Stop touching me like that.
Yeah, do you
quit rubbing my sunburn?
Because he probably wants her to pee on him.
Maybe.
Honestly, yeah. Like he'd be into some shit like that. I'm not yucking someone's yum. I just
go off.
I don't.
If that's what you like.
You know, I fucking hate him. Okay.
Yeah. So they're in Honduras. It feels like they have zero of anything to talk about.
Chemistry. Not even friends. I feel like they're not even friends.
No. And he's just like, multiple times is like, oh, you peed a lot last night. Oh, yeah, I slept okay. Yeah, I'm sleeping well. Oh, I was sleeping well. Yeah, you slept good, yeah? Like,
and then also, like, but then it sounds like they do try to get into like when they were on the boat, and it's like they are, I was like, oh, they're actually conversing.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no, there's nothing that I like really, you know, I feel like I have to get out of here right now. I got to get out of this relationship. Like, I feel like it's going pretty well. She's like, yeah, I think it is. And I was like, oh, okay. They're like more comfortable. Yeah. And then he fucks it up and says, yeah, anything but the new hair though. And then you just see it just like, it just hurt. Yeah. Like it stung to her.
Her hair is braided. Like, what do you mean?
And also, this is like kind of crude, but he's crude. So I don't know if because remember when she was saying like she got like a wax?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's like growing? Is he talking about that? No, because they haven't had sex yet.
Yeah, which is another point I'm going to bring up. I
But I was like,
swear.
that's kind of gross, and you also just hurt her feelings. You can see it.
Yeah. You're
Ew.
being mean. You hurt her feelings.
Yeah, he's
You're
just
a loser.
mean. He's just not nice.
No.
He's not nice.
So
It's a loser. Loser behavior.
Yeah, it is very loser behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So all the couples, once they're in Honduras, we see a couple days. Well, we see some of them, and then they finally all meet each other. So all the other girls can meet the guys that were there, and vice versa. And Dave, I think, asked literally every person, "Are you having sex with your partner?"
He's making
Have you
his
had sex yet?
rounds. He's making his rounds. And he's like, has anyone had sex yet?
He'd be like, "Oh, Caitlin, how are you and Leo? Did you guys fuck yet?"
Yeah, literally.
Can you tell? Can I tell you?
Remember that scene from Titanic? Iceberg straight ahead, and they he goes around and fucking. Is there anybody out there? Has anybody had sex yet?
And I'm like, bro, like you're so mean to her. And you talk about how you sleep and how she pees.
There's literally no connection, and if there is like any slight of connection, he just shits on it immediately by saying something about her looks or her body or.
And so I'm just like, okay.
I don't know what he wants from her.
No, I don't know. It was so weird to me, and I was like, okay, well, it's just gross in my opinion. I didn't like it. And anyway, so I'm going to keep on them for a little bit longer. So now they're having issues because she hooked up with someone. She wasn't dating this person. She hasn't been in a serious relationship in a while, is what I gathered. And she was like hooking up with this guy. It was very casual.
Yeah, and it was like it like ended 2 months prior to her filming, which I don't. Go ahead.
And he's like, I just can't believe that you would be in a relationship with someone 2 months before you come to film. And she's like, first of all, I wasn't in a relationship. Second of all, we were just hooking up. Third of all, I knew that I didn't want anything serious with him.
Yeah.
And why does it matter?
Right. And it's like, let's not pretend that like men going on the show didn't have full blown fucking relationships
for sure
right before going on to the show. It's just getting like very like slut shamey, and even like her friends were like, okay, before you got on the show, like, were you at the bar? Did you like flirt with anybody? Did you like make out with anybody? Like, what? Because they're trying to decipher like what's the difference here.
Yeah,
like she's saying it doesn't mean anything. Or it didn't mean anything, that they like kind of like called whatever it was off 2 months before the show.
Yep.
And she just keeps having to like defend her character over and over again. And from my understanding, this isn't even like this guy's friend. It's like a mutual
It's like a friend of a friend that he just like knows who this guy
like
is.
From around.
And he's like, well, my friends are saying this. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, and honestly, like, there's your answer. He's believing this guy who he's not even friends with over his fiance. He's literally just trying to get out of the relationship without getting a bad edit on the show. That's what it's giving, and it's giving like a little slut shamey.
Yeah,
towards her.
And it was really annoying because while they're like in the heat of this argument, he's like, oh, well, you know, like, well, what would you want to do? Like, what do you want to do right now? And she's like, well, I want you to stay here.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if it were up to me, like, I wouldn't. Then leave.
Then leave, Dave. Then
don't. She's not going to tell you to leave. So if that's what you want to do, then go. Are you done? I mean, I'm confused.
And it's kind of like the whole thing, like he's doing with Molly. Almost, it's like it's kind of like he wants her to break it off.
Yeah,
and it's
anyway.
That guy
I'm done with him.
That guy sucks.
Okay, so let me move on. So we're gonna talk about. Yeah, my note just says, please get Dave and Lauren out of here. They literally have nothing to talk about. Dave simply must stop talking about sleep. He's the most boring human I've ever seen. If Dave asks one more person if they've had sex, I swear to God. And then our friend said, and this was just funny, and I already told you, but our friend said,
oh, shit.
Our friend goes, wait, I'll just play the note.
Oh my fucking
fucking God, Dave is insufferable. I swear, if he brings up Lauren peeing in the middle of the night one more fucking time, or if he brings up sleep one more fucking time, they have nothing to talk about. He's boring as fuck. Megan said he's literally, like, if he was a season or a spice, he'd be fucking flour. Bro is atrocious. They just did their first meet and greet. I swear to God, he asked every single person if they've had sex with their partner yet. Like, bro, maybe you guys would have sex if you had more in common than looking at the same fucking four walls, okay? It's insufferable, and I hate him. Thank you so much. Goodbye. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Okay, so next, we're getting to this little triangle where no one made it out of the pods. So we meet, I'll start with Alex. So we meet Alex because I have notes on him because we met him. He comes in, he seems like such a sweet, he's kind of giving kid energy, like a sweet little kid.
Yeah. I liked him.
Yeah, he was like, I was bullied in school, and like I told this girl I liked her, and like she like bullied me, and like all her friends made fun of me, and like I had to go eat in the bathroom, and I was like, oh my God, like I feel so bad for this kid. But like he seemed like he was like, you know, and I got past it and whatever, and I was like, you seem so like mature and emotionally like intelligent.
Yeah, he had like a physical and emotional glow up, it sounds like.
And so I said, very sweet and endearing, seems like a really nice guy. Kind of gives Alan vibes from Barbie.
Oh my God, actually, yeah.
Yes. And then, so he was on a date with Madison. And their first date, he is talking about, you know, his trauma from being bullied. She's talking about her trauma from her home life. She had a really hard life. She really did. Her mom, I believe, used drugs.
Yeah, it sounded like her stepdad like overdosed.
Yeah, and her like real dad was kind of MIA.
Yeah.
So they trauma bonded with each other.
Yeah.
And they were starting real solid. And then Madison goes on a date with Mason. Mason, like,
I was really into Mason at the beginning. At the beginning.
He was like, okay. There was nothing that he did that I was like, oh, wow, I really like him.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I don't like him at all. She basically just trauma dumped on him. And he was like, yeah, I'm into it. I like this girl.
Yeah, but he was also into Meg.
And then he was also into Meg.
I'm like sober, but I have like high thoughts. Like, what do you think about aliens? So I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and I was like, "Girl, oh my God, you were on another level."
She was just, her energy was all over the place. It was chaotic, and
it just, I don't know why, but it was giving like pick me. I just don't understand who voluntarily listened to Joe Rogan's podcast. I mean, I know people out there could say the same about us.
I know.
But like,
now she would have been like, you know, I listened to the BB pod, and I'd
be like, Meg for president.
Megan. Meg, girl, our girl.
You know what? I'm just going to slide this link into her DM.
Hey, Meg, we found a really good podcast for you.
I just, you know, because like, before, like, I really liked podcasts. Like, someone sent me Joe Rogan's podcast. I just don't get it. I didn't understand it.
Why would they send you that? Did they think you'd like it? Like,
I think so. And it was before I really like listened to podcasts, and I was like, if this is what podcasts are, I fucking hate them. I didn't understand what the fuck they were talking about. I don't know. It's just weird. Guys get it, I guess. It's like a guy thing. So the fact that she listens to that like willingly and voluntarily, I just feel like maybe it's giving a little bit pick me. Yeah. But that's my opinion. Again. That's my opinion. Okay.
And she just was saying like all this kind of like off the wall shit. It just seemed, I don't know. It just seemed odd.
I just want to let people know like not all nurses are like that, and there are good nurses out there in our healthcare system. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. You don't know that we left, but we left.
We did. We left.
We needed a little snack.
My tummy was grumbling, and those are just sound effects that I don't want. So, we were talking about Meg.
Yes. Okay, so we've got this little, not a triangle. We got a square going on.
We do have a square.
Yeah. So Alex likes Madison,
Mm-hmm.
who likes Mason, who likes Meg,
Yeah.
who also likes Madison.
Wait, I think
Alex only likes Madison.
yeah, Alex likes yeah, Alex. No, I don't think Alex likes anybody by the end of
Well,
it because of
no. Yes.
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Just for the time being,
Yeah.
it is a square.
But yeah, so basically, I think that Alex kind of was really, I don't want to say like really pushy. I think he was kind of pushy to Madison about like, how do you know what you want? Like, are you overcoming like some of these issues that you're bringing like
So I
up?
kind of like love that because he was not trying to get into a situation that he's put himself in the
Yeah.
past. It sounds like because he's very anxious and she said she was very avoidant.
Uh-huh.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. And so he's like asking her all these questions. And she's like, yeah, I think I know how to deal with it. And he's like, okay, but like, do you?
Yeah. And
like,
she was even shutting down at one point, and that's kind of, he was getting a little nervous.
I know.
Good
so
for him, because
yeah.
that has to be like so hard.
So she is still really into Alex, breaks it off with Mason. Mason's depressed about it. And then he, I guess, is like kind of trying to continue forward with Meg.
Yeah, which I never understand. That guys are just like, we'll just go to the next best thing.
Yeah.
And they think it's going to go over really well. Well, I guess with Bliss it did, and whatever his name was. I don't remember them. Out,
but so Mason tries to go with Meg, and Meg is like, I don't know about that. I want to be someone's first choice.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of done, and then Madison wants to proceed with Alex, and she's talking to Alex, and he is kind of like, I don't think I could do an engagement at this time.
Yeah.
And she said, well, then I think I should just leave. And she left.
Okay, bye. I don't know. That was my...
Bye. Like, you're mentally not well. You probably shouldn't be on the show.
And, like, I mean, good for Alex, because also he said he was anxious. So, like, anxious people will just, like, push forward with such force.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't want it to work, I'm going to make it work.
Yeah.
We are making it work. So
and
good for him.
Yeah. I think that he really, truly good on him.
Yeah. And I don't think he's opposed to dating, but like an engagement. And then they had, they were talking about Mason's perspective. It sounded like Mason kind of hurt Madison's feelings about like the whole breakup, which I think is also funny because Mason was like, I have feelings for you. And she made a face like,
oh,
I was like,
that hurt to watch.
That, yeah. So I don't know why she was so upset about it when she wasn't like into him anyway. So it's like Alex and Madison are kind of going over Mason's perspective, and then Madison feels invalidated and she's hurt. I mean, your feelings are your feelings.
Sure.
But then she shut down, and that was kind of like a red flag to Alex. It's like, I want more communication. I know I'm anxious. I can't handle this.
Because Alex is like, oh, Mason's like a good guy. Like, that kind of sucks for him.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like that you'd say that. And then and he's like, okay, I'm sorry that you didn't like that, but that's how I feel. Like,
yeah. And Alex is like, I think I just kind of, really see the good in people, maybe to a fault. And I kind of get where, like, I guess Madison's coming from. She wanted to feel more validated, but like, I don't think it was that serious.
Yeah.
To her to shut down like that.
I guess what she was wanting was, oh yeah, I broke up with Mason. It's you. You're my number one.
And him being like yippee, like Tom Cruise jumping on the couch on Oprah.
Oh yeah.
And that wasn't. I mean, and then she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna leave." Can we talk about her? She said she's a painter.
Oh, she did. I forgot. I kind of forgot a lot about her because I was like, she's just a little crazy. I did like her initially, and then
I did too.
Downhill.
I did too, and then I was like, okay, maybe there's like some other things that need to be figured out.
Yeah,
I'm sure later she'll come back.
Oh yeah, she comes back and she's got pink hair.
Oh really?
And she's like, Mason's a fucking liar.
Wait, really?
Yeah, in the preview, like in like what's to come.
That's how bored I was. I was like, because it ended with the TikTok stuff. I like caught a glimpse of that, but it was just like Dave going off on Lauren again about the same old shit they've been talking about for 3 episodes, and I was done with it. So that's crazy. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I actually cannot wait for that.
Yeah, she's got like pink hair and Mason's there, and she's just like, yeah, Mason's a fucking liar.
Oh my god, I can't.
And I'm like, what?
Okay,
What?
a new spark of excitement has really zhuzhed up within me. So, she says that she's a painter. People on TikTok are going off and saying that it is iPad art. And did you see it?
No.
Okay, we're gonna post it to our page. I will show it to you.
Okay.
People are saying it's iPad art, and
is it just like digital art or
so what you again? I wasn't a very good watcher. It was the pods, and I was like, okay, let's get on with it. So it sounds like what she was saying. She was a painter, like she was selling paintings, and people
like
are saying
physical,
this is like yes, this is like digital iPad art.
Okay,
which I will show you.
Yeah,
and then my man Leo, this is full like art dealer breakdown of her paintings.
Of course he does.
and I was gonna send it to you. I was like, she doesn't deserve it.
No,
she doesn't. You're like, please don't send it to me. I thought it was so fucking funny. Okay,
no, I will see it. I do want to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Hey, art is art, but I
mean, it's cute.
It's cute,
but I think she was making it. Like more serious than
really,
like,
you said you're a painter. Like you could just say like I make
canvas art,
like Canva, like digital art, like not. I'm a painter.
Like I'm a painter, and like you know, like you said, art is art, but it is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
But it's like she knew, and then he does his like art dealer like interpretation of this martini glass with 3 olives. One of the olives is wearing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. I'm not really jiving with that one. I don't really understand it, but I'm not an artist. So, but I agree with him. I think like they could make some money off of that. I think it's really smart of Leo. That's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him.
He's a businessman through and through. He's like, I see the opportunity. I'm there.
He has my Capricorn little heart. Yes, he does. Too? I don't know, actually. Leo, can you DM me, please? DM me back. Thank you.
DM me back. You're like, I want the other one to stop DMing me.
I Leo, only please. Like every single one of your stories.
Oh my god, you should pull a Hailey Bieber. Get your man.
Okay, I'm sending. Are you a Capricorn by chance? My pod by chance ? I have to do good grammar because he's all smart and shit.
And he's like, you can Google it.
If he sends me a Google link, I'm gonna kill myself. Any final thoughts? Is that all our couples?
That's all of our couples, unless there's someone that's just so freaking boring I forgot about them.
That's highly likely. That's highly likely. I'm really excited to see where this TikTok drama goes in the show. I'm excited for Madison to come back. I think that's going to be like flaming hot. I can't wait for Dave and Lauren to break up. Sidebar, Luigi's looking fucking fine.
Luigi, he's looking good. Prison's doing him well.
Oh my god. I never seen someone glow up in prison.
Every photo that I see of him, I'm just like, how do you look better each time?
Not with his loafers and bulletproof vest.
I know. The bulletproof vest is like a little OD. I'm like, why are no one's trying to harm this man.
No, this man's a national treasure.
Yeah, like we actually want him out of there.
Do you know the revolution that would start?
Absolutely.
If someone did like take him out.
Yeah.
I might be compelled to write him a letter.
Oh my god, wait, can you become one of those like prison wives?
Oh my god, what is it called? Love After Lockup?
Yeah.
I will. I'll be waiting for him.
You might be fighting for a spot, I think.
Please, you know the amount of OF models reaching out. I am.
How can we get you our content?
I am bottom of the barrel when it comes to that dating pool for that man. Wow. Yeah. I don't think I have a chance with him. I'm compelled to write him a letter. I will let you BBs know. I'm kind of dead ass. Like,
yeah.
I will write him a letter, and I
should Let us know if Caitlin should write him a letter.
Actually, we'll put a poll. We
Yeah.
can attach a poll to this
Or
episode.
comment on the pod, comment on YouTube if this goes on YouTube.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping it does.
What a great opportunity. Like my man, Leo, we're going to take this opportunity and we're going to tell you to follow us on Instagram at _BB podcast. I got it right the first time. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. It's the same handle. Like
Kaylee
us on Spotify. Yeah. See, guys, we are doing it. Like, we do love you.
We do love you.
We just
I did realize
overwhelmed.
that I should have filmed the other way instead of vertical, but that's okay.
Okay, well, trial and error. Back to the first episode where we didn't even. So it's so funny because the first episode we were like, oh my God, we forgot to plug in our mics. We haven't had our mics plugged in until episode 5.
I know, that's actually so funny. They're like, no, you still forgot to keep your mics.
Actually, you haven't had them plugged in at all. Would you look at that?
I know. They are plugged in now.
They are. So guys, we're working on it. We love you. We're going to get all this shit for you.
I think maybe next episode I'm gonna kind of see what's going on in the pop culture world. Maybe give it like a little Blake Justin update. They're still battling it out.
I think we do need to update on that.
They're still fighting. So yeah, I'm gonna see what else is going on in the world.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Love is Blind has really just consumed my whole life. So that's where my brain is right now. But we'll see what else is going on.
Yeah, let's see. Let's do an update. We'll recap the next couple episodes of Love is Blind when we get back together. Do you have any final thoughts?
They need to stop making Love is Blind, and they need to not film in Minneapolis ever again. Or the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Why don't you guys bring it on back to the East Coast? I'm ready. I'm ready now. I'm ready to find love.
Bring it back to the East Coast.
After summer, I'm ready to find
Leo
love.
back.
I think we need to have like a Love is Blind All-Stars.
Okay, so then you need to go somewhere else so you can be on it so they can bring you back.
Yes. So that's my plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull a Ben. I'm gonna bait and switch.
Yes.
Okay? Or maybe I won't. No, I'll fall in love with literally anybody.
Oh, wait. That is the final thought. You didn't like Meg because you thought you were like her.
Oh my God, it was like looking in a mirror. I am my own worst enemy.
The whole time we're watching, Caitlin's like, God, I just really don't like her. She reminds me of me.
My full government name is Caitlin Picmisha Peters. So it was like looking in the mirror. I was getting so fucking irritated.
You were like, anyway, that's my final thoughts. I think that's all we got. So
that is all we got. We love you so much. Yeah. Again, follow us on all the platforms. We are on Apple now. We are on Spotify. Leave us a review, 5 stars. Even if you don't like us, just do it, and then you never have to listen to us again.
Exactly.
Follow us on Instagram. Trying to get 1,000 followers by the end of the year.
We're fighting
for our fucking lives.
Please.
Well, if Kaylee would just stop yelling at people for wanting more content, maybe we would get there. But we'll have a conversation about that off air.
Hey, I got time now.
Hey, love you, BBs.
Love you, bye.
Oh, Leo, I love you.